Morning, guys. So it's just going about 20 past 6 and I'm leaving camp. I was up at my usual time, 5 o'clock, to get ready, but I saw that it was still too dark to actually be out and about in the park. So I made a quick breakfast and delayed my departure time a little bit so that there's sufficient light as we exit the gate here. The ranger last night put us on hyena den that's a little bit close to the exit of the gate, so I'll make a turn past that, and then I've got a route planned for my trip back to Satara now. A little bit of a windy route here next to the river. Just gonna go and drop my keys off. This is also where you must Prashin. Not only is he a second set of eyes on the road, so he can look in the opposite direction that I am, and we can cover more distance in that way, but he's also the runner, so he is in charge of dropping off keys and doing all of that stuff. So morning of the third day in the park. We saw the leopard yesterday, so at least expectations are a little bit lower, but always looking out for some exciting sightings. Looks like it's going to be quite a nice warm day. Chilly start. It's about 6 degrees to start with, lots of dew on the car, but I managed to wash out the back window. I'm sure it'll only get dusty again as we go down all these dirt roads. Okay, cool stuff. We'll check in as we go along. Okay guys, so I'm at the possible den site. One of the giveaways for hyena is the presence of white scat or poop. Hyenas eat a lot of bones and that sort of food, which means that their poop is actually white, and therefore in the den sites or near the den sites you'll see a lot of their poop, a white poop lying around. So there's no hyena here this morning, but this is definitely signs of a den site. I see a mopani tree growing close to the side of the road, so I just wanted to show you the distinctive features of this mopani tree. I don't know if you can see it, but their leaves look like butterfly wings or moth wings, and the mopani tree is famous for the mopani worms that actually eat the leaves and are considered a local delicacy here in the region. So yeah, those mopani worms are actually caterpillars that then I'm not too sure, they either pupate into butterflies or moths, but I think it's moths. But yeah, these mopani trees, you can tell them by their leaves, and anywhere from oliphants upwards, they dominate the landscape. see, guys, but this giraffe is scratching himself on a dead tree in some hard to reach places, I'm guessing. Like on his neck and cheek. You can see it now. He's using the branch to scratch his ear. Yesterday, going north, as we went past Oliphant's camp, we actually saw the transition away from Thornfelt and into Mopani Felt. And now we haven't even got across the Oliphant River yet, but the felt is already changing. There's still the odd Mopani tree interspersed with other trees, but you can see a lot more variety now. The knob thorns are almost starting to take over again, and then there's lots of other trees and shrubs other than Mopanis that are beginning to show. So as you so you can almost use Oliphant's Camp as the marker for the start of Mopani Felt and the end of the shrub felt if you're going from south to north, and if you're going from north to south, just the opposite way. I think stopping here was a good idea. I'm just seeing crested barbet and a woodpecker. I'm not sure which one. And a few glossy starlings and a lilac breasted roller just flew past there as well. Nice stop. Hello guys, so the morning drive is almost over. I'm almost at Satara. It's, well, the light's gone completely harsh now. It's just about 11:15, so I should have stopped shooting about about half an hour, maybe even an hour ago, because the light is not with me anymore. What I decided to do is do some bush birding, and it's been good. I've seen, or there's, let me rather say that there's quite a few battaliers, gliding on the thermals at the moment. I've been trying to get in position so I can get one in flight, but to no avail. Must practice more. So yeah, gonna get into Satara camp now. I've got my food and stuff for lunch, so I think what I'll do when I get there is maybe just get a coffee or a cool drink and relax in front of the restaurant and wait till I can check in. I think I can only check in around 2. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you all. So remember earlier I said that the sort of landscape transitions from Mopani Felt to Thorn Felt. And the Mopani thicket was actually quite thick around Oliphants, and so was the sort of Thornfelt. It was still thicker bush. So we are now closer to Satara, and if you look out at the landscape, you can actually see that you can see for miles and miles. And the grass is actually, so much more prolific here compared to further up. So part of this is to do with the soil and the substrate that supports different almost trees. So the Mopani Belt will have different geological substrate below it than compared to here. And the Kruger maps, map books actually give a good description of what that substrate is. Okay guys, so we are checked in at Satara. You will know this unit because it's the same as the basically the same as the unit Prasheen and I stayed in February. Again, the BG2. We stayed in, I think it was 140 in February, so this is 144. This wrong side door is on all of them, so at least the contractor was consistent. Okay, so we went through this the last time, but two sleeper rondavel, so fridge, the two beds, bathroom with a shower and the toilet, and then the sink. Let's hope this light works. Last time the lights didn't work. So yeah, oh, and aircon, so it's nice and cool in here. So it's just going about 10 to 2 or quarter to 2, and I'll just have to unpack my stuff, and then once all my stuff is in, I'll head out. Well, I'll shower and then head out. Hey guys, so I just stopped at the shop quickly just to get a cool drink, and now I'm off, heading out to a lion sighting. So I just checked the sightings board on my way in, and saw that there was a lion sighting on the S126, not too far off the main road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down there. If the lions are still there, I'll try and get some shots quickly, and then see how active they are. I mean, they could be sleeping, or they could have moved off as well. So I'm just going to go in to the S126 and check that out, and then circle back on myself and come down the S100. So the S100 was the road that Prasheen and I saw the leopard the last time we were here in February. There's no guarantees, obviously, that we will see the leopard or even anything on that road, but it's one of the better roads to drive down in the evening, because the sun is behind you, and you've almost got the light with you on both sides of the road. There's a massive fire, it seems, towards Open Gate, so that actually throws a spanner in the works for the plans for tomorrow, but I guess we'll just have to see what we can see. Hey guys, so that sighting board proved to be correct. The lions are here. It's about 6 k's into the S126, and they were actually closer to the road, but have now moved a little bit off. So they are about, I'd say, 150 meters or so. I'm shooting at the very limit of my 600mm lens, and I can just barely see the lion in the frame. He seems to be interested in something that's further inside the bush. There were 9 lions in total. So there was a car here that was here from earlier, and they said all but one have moved across to where this male is and further in, and there's one on the opposite side of the road, but he seems to be sleeping at the moment, so we can't really get him. So I'm going to spend about half an hour here on this sighting, see what the lions do. Maybe they get up and go hunt. It seems like it's later than it actually is, because the smoke from the fire is actually giving a bit of a golden haze. So it's only 3 o'clock now, but it seems like it's 5 or well, 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So yeah, good lion sighting. The area around Satara is renowned for its big cats. So last time we got a leopard here. The time before that, when I was here, we saw 2 lions in the distance in the rain, sitting in the rain. So yeah, it does produce both this S126 and the S100 quite good for big cats. So I'm going to have to amend my plan a little bit. Oh my god, guys, 2 honey badgers just crossed the road and went into the bush. I don't know if I'll be able to find them. Oh my god, well, I've seen honey badgers before, either in the camp roaming around, or I was on one game drive with the guys at Kapama. So this was 8 years ago already that I saw them sort of roaming in the wild. I got off a few shots of the honey badger. He turned around and looked at us, and then he was gone into the long grass again. And there was a vehicle coming on, and well, they didn't seem too interested in the honey badger, but that's an exciting sighting for me, because the honey badger has this reputation. I don't know if you just search honey badger don't care, they're just the rock stars of any game park. So they're the rock stars of the world. There's clips of how intelligent they are, escaping their enclosures in zoos. So I've seen documentaries where honey badgers take on Cape cobras, get bitten, and then just go lie down a little bit, and all of a sudden they're ready to go again, and they probably would kill a Cape cobra just as a snack. So that was a brilliant sighting for me. I am stoked. Lions and a honey badger. That's a great afternoon drive already. Okay guys, so I just turned onto the S100. So that little detour to see the lions, and then the bonus of seeing the honey badgers took about an hour and a half because there were, a lot of cars on the way back getting to the S100. So that means I can only drive till about 4:30 before needing to head back. So I've got, a half an hour down the S100. So this is one of the only roads I can do a direct comparison to our trip in February with. This is the only route where I drove almost at the same time down the same road with Prasheen in February, and I think there's some actually quite stark and noticeable differences. The bush is actually very quiet. So in the summer there's all the woodlands kingfishers, and they are almost constantly calling each other and marking their territories and saying, I'm here. And that's the sound of the bushveld in the summer, the woodlands kingfisher call. But also there's so many other birds that were around. European rollers that we saw almost every 100 meters, one perched on the side of the road. We saw mosque swallows, which was the first for me, and on this road we also had carmine bee-eaters, southern carmine bee-eaters, that were following a pair of brown hornbills around, which was also fun to see. And now that it's colder and drier, a lot of those birds have already migrated and are not along this road anymore. So compared to the wet season, the birding is much more stark. I've seen a few lilac-breasted rollers who can move back into areas that they were displaced by the European rollers from in the summer, and the actual sound now of the bush is the hornbills and starlings that remain and actually call out to each other, which is not as consistent or as vocal as the woodlands kingfisher was. So guys, if you can see, this is what the smoke has done. It's created almost an early dusk. It's only 4:30 and it's looking like it's almost sunset, which is in an hour's time, which would help if we had any sightings, because it would give it like an extended golden hour feel. Hey guys, so I've booked myself on another night drive. So this is the third night drive in a row. I don't know if you can see, but it's almost beginning to take its toll on me. Hopefully today I can get in a solid 6 hours of sleep, so that tomorrow I'm refreshed and I can see out the last day in the park. We're going out from Satara on the night drive. The last time we saw a lot of owls. I can hear the residents' cops, little wooded area in between the huts, and it's going off. Maybe when I come back I'll try to spot it. It's not as cold as the previous 2 nights, but I've got my jersey on and my jacket in the back, and I'll carry my beanie and my gloves just in case. Okay guys, just a quick update here. The truck has stalled and the ranger has gone to try and get signal because there's no signal where we are at, and she doesn't have a two-way radio. And we got the truck started. Hoot for her! Hoot for her!
Kom, klim! Hier is buiten!
What was wrong? The battery was loose. There's the ranger walking in front of the truck now with the light. Oh, and we at the tar road, so. Well done, well done. Hopefully you can see me. We just got back from the night drive and I'm actually struggling to comprehend all that happened on the drive. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so I mean, in terms of the sightings, we saw the same lion twice, and then another male lion, and then we saw a leopard just before we got in, and then lots of civet and genet. But then in terms of eventfulness of the drive, the game drive vehicle, the truck that we were on, we went through a drainage line and it was a bit bumpy, and then coming back out on the other side, we stopped for a civet. When the ranger taking us out on the drive tried to start the truck again, it wouldn't start. It was just dead. And then she was like, okay, there's no signal where we were stopped. So she got out of the vehicle and took her gun with her and a light and was walking through the bush to try and get to the tar road, and then to a point where there was signal. But then some of the passengers on board the truck actually went to the front and played around. I think it was either the ignition that's faulty or a loose wire to the battery. But after playing around with the key in the ignition for a little while, it actually then started. And I think I have a clip where we are driving the truck to where the ranger was walking. She'd almost made it to the tar road already. And then we picked her up, and then literally maybe another K up the road towards the camp, we met the male lion. So, you know, it was lucky that we actually got the truck started and found her where we did. It was a bit scary, you know, being on the truck without the ranger and the truck being stranded. I'm not sure why they don't have you know, two-way radios anymore, but I mean, that would definitely have helped in the bush. So yeah, I think coming down from what was possibly the most eventful night drive I've been on ever in the Kruger, and possibly even ever in my life. I mean, I've got some stories about breakdowns and punctures, but those were all during the day. So yeah, get in now, get some rest, and then tomorrow we off from Satara back to Auckland to Tambuti tented camp again.